Hello the internet, and welcome back to Road Hazard. You joined me today in my new shop in Daytona, Florida, the new location for Road Hazard Speed and Marine. I did move shortly after coming back from Power Tour, which is part of the reason we're in here, and part of the reason why I haven't made a video in a while. Much has transpired in the time that I've been gone. Most notably, I've acquired not one but two new project cars. This being one. This is a 1990 Chevrolet Suburban with a 5.7 350 cubic inch small block Chevrolet, a 700 R4 overdrive automatic, and the two-wheel drive flavor with, I believe, a 10-bolt rear end. It has 313,000 miles on the chassis. The engine and transmission have been gone through and rebuilt about 100,000 miles ago. The other project car is behind the Chevrolet here, and it is another Chevrolet, but it's parked outside the shop. I've been driving that one almost every day since I picked it up. The other vehicle is a 1976 Chevrolet El Camino. That is a 350 automatic as well. However, it's exactly the same. It's a center bolt valve cover era 350 with a 700 R4. Basically the same drivetrain that's in this thing. Put about 2,000 miles on that car. Man, I am falling in love with it. And part of the reason is because I've always kind of loved the idea of having a shop truck that is also a hot rod and is also a muscle car. And the El Camino kind of fits all those bills all at once. One of the first things I did after I picked it up was put a set of Kragers on it, because why wouldn't I put a set of Kragers on it? And I've just been kind of tootling it around. I do have plans for that thing. You might be asking yourself, why on earth would you rip apart a perfectly good running and driving automobile? And the answer is there's no replacement for displacement. And the one thing that this new engine has that the current engine does not have is Big Blonde Chevy. That's right, we're going to put a 454 in that car. And not just any 454. It was a jet boat motor, a race boat engine. The story goes, a gentleman up in North Carolina with more dollars than cents had this thing built and wanted to go jet boat racing. So he had a hole, dropped it in, made 2 entire passes, and decided that jet boat racing was just a little bit too scary. Honestly, valid. And the boat sat for 10 years until the guy that I bought it from picked it up. He pulled the motor, sold the hull, and kept it in his garage for another 2 years, and that's when I bought it. So it is a 1972 454, just a regular 2-bolt main 454. It has, however, been glowed up a bit with some parts from Teague Racing, which is a company that makes speedboat parts, basically. So it's got a set of pretty trick iron heads on it. It's got a pretty run-of-the-mill Edelbrock intake. I'm pretty sure it's port matched. And it also has a massive comp cam. It's got comp rockers in it. It's basically a whole comp valve train. So I'm pretty confident that it'll scoot the El Camino around just fine. The 700 R4 in the car wasn't quite going to cut it for that much power. So we ended up going and picking up a BOP Turbo 400, because they're way cheaper than Chevy Turbo 400s. And then you just get an advanced adapter ring that bolts to the bell housing before you bolt it up, and you're good to go. I have, as you might imagine, been doing work off camera. I just finished putting on a brand new water pump. You can see that down there. That and a radiator flush is pretty much the only thing that this thing needed to be good to go. I got this thing pretty recently from Bill. You'll remember Bill from helping me stab the Blueprint engine crate motor in the Buick, him and his kid, Dominic. So I was at his shop talking about the El Camino. This was sitting outside. He said, "Hey, you want a Suburban?" I said, "Yep." And here we are. This one is pretty damn good. It's dirty, a little spongy, as you might expect from something with this many miles, but it's pretty straight. Not really dented up, destroyed, anything like that. It does, however, have some rust. The outer roof skin on this side is pretty well shot. On this portion here, it's about yay long of a section, but this is the only rot on the entire vehicle, is on the roof skin. So there's a small spot here as well. This one is, get out of here, about the size of my thumb. But the floors are solid. The inner roof skin is mint. The rockers, quarters, bottom of the doors, all that stuff's great. The paint, destroyed on this thing. But the interior, it's kind of dark. I could probably turn the lights on. I turned them off to do that little intro thing and then forgot. Yeah. The interior is mint. Look at the door skins. It's 300,000 miles. It's got a really good interior. The headliner is disgusting and falling apart. I did rip that out. It was one of the first things I did. So we just got bare steel on the roof there. But I mean, it's got rear AC. It's got the 3 rows of seating. The seats aren't all torn up. They're not disgusting. There's a little bit of staining from like a previous cleaning attempt. This is like a bleach stain. But it's pretty good. The only other problem with the vehicle is, again, stuff that's related to mileage. So that's a little loose. That's a little loose. But I did drive it all the way from Bill's shop in Longwood to my shop in Daytona. The Suburban does have an incontinence problem, so through my expert powers of deduction, I have found the source of the Suburban's incontinence. And as a little bonus to add some wrenching into this video, I'm even going to fix it on camera. See that blue tape? That is some kind of heater hose connection of some variety or another. Don't know what it does, don't know what it's for, don't really care. The moral of the story here is, I'm pretty sure it's a heater core bypass of some kind, but anyway, where that tape is, it's just pissing. Just violently pissing. So, I'm gonna cut that short where it's not cracked and split, slide it back on, put the clamp on it, and we should have no more coolant leak. See that? How split and destroyed that is? Right there. I'm gonna clean that up, get a nice flat edge on it, and then we'll put the hose back on it. It appears to be fixed. So that's the Suburban. The El Camino I've been using as a shop truck. And it is an excellent shop truck. It just needs a big block. The El Camino is not solid or straight. It's junk, actually. It just runs and drives good. But this is the El Camino I could afford. So it's got rust pretty much everywhere. Down there, wheel lips, there, quarters. The tailgate doesn't have any rust. The bumpers are good, but again, quarters, wheel lip. There's a whoop-de-doo here and here. These are probably from the same incident. I didn't do that. Down there, and then oops, a little bit on the bottom of the door. The other side is worse. This whole corner piece is gone on the other door. And another whoop-de-doo here. That one was me. Oops. So was that. But other than that, pretty good. The interior is excellent. It's part of what sold me on this thing, was this car really exemplifies, where's that rust? Condition wise, what I like about beaters is a nice interior and kind of a hashed exterior, so you don't care about bumping it, scraping it, doing whatever. It did get painted sometime probably the 90s, because it's got the classic GM clear coat issue that every General Motors product seems to have, including that one. Believe it or not, this car has 55,000 original miles, or had 55,000 original miles. That's what's on the chassis. Unfortunately, somebody bought this car and ripped the engine and transmission out. And I'm pretty sure this car had a 400, and that's why it was ripped out, because it was a low mileage 400. This is a later, like 1982 to 1987 center bolt valve cover 350 in that 700 R4. However, whoever put this engine and transmission in the car did so with enough care and attention to rehook up all the air conditioning stuff, so I'm definitely going to get that working, because Florida. And that's why we're going to hang on to this stuff once we've yanked it out and put the big block and turbo 400 in it, because you never know when you'll need a perfectly good 350 and a 700 R4 for a future project. So that's a real brief spin up on what we've been doing. Coming up, you're going to see a lot of content on the El Camino and on this Suburban here. So expect that in the next few weeks or months or whatever. I'm not going to commit to an upload schedule. I've realized that I just don't quite have the flexibility in my current work schedule to promise anything like that. But what I can promise you is that I will make content eventually, at some point, for YouTube. Maybe. Is that concrete enough for you? Good. I meant to turn this off, and then I hit the play button. Stay tuned for videos, probably. Woo!